IPMNation.com.
All Natural Being. Warning, All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy is designed to shake your sense of self to the core.
It's full contact psychology with an empowering twist, a philosophical loofah for your soul.
For those of you not ready or comfortable releasing your inner superhuman, listener discretion is advised.
Here's your host,
Brian Brawdy.
Welcome to All Natural Being. It's Monday. I am fired up. It's Brian, fired up to be hanging out with you all week, hour a day, with my main vision, my main motif is to remind you who you ultimately are. Because when it comes to most, if not all, at least most cases of unhappiness, unfulfillment, feeling less than successful, feeling unhappy, beginning of that is because we've forgotten who we are. So this week we're talking about the untold story of you. A lot of years back I had a little thing that I wrote called Something to Believe In, immediately following my father's suicide. It's become clear to me over the last three decades that my something to believe in is you. Wherever you are, whatever circumstance you find yourself in, you're a superhuman. You're a metahuman. You're a rock star. You're a badass, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is. Now, it may be dormant, may not have called on it in a while, but it is still within you. It is still you. So you want a new lease on life? Got to let your soul off the sidelines. That's the new lease on life, to channel who you ultimately are. No more excuses. No more taking a back seat to anybody. But for you to be you. That's the key. And that's why 5 days a week, our new time slots now, I guess I should announce, we won't be doing early morning, although you're most certainly welcome to log on in the morning to IPMNation.com/ANB, A&B, crafty as that is. IPMNation.com/AMB for the archive and listen to it, driving in. But we're going to be doing a live show Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern. Then we're doing the rebroadcast at 5 p.m. because a lot of people said 5 p.m. Eastern. Oh, it'd be cool to listen to drive time. So we'll kind of do the show like we're halfway into our day. Maybe around the 5 o'clock you can unwind a little bit. We can download a little bit. And then, of course, at 8 p.m. the show will replay then as well. So the new time schedule, and thank you for everyone that voted. Thank you for everyone that said, hey, look, here's how we should do this. Super appreciate it. We'll be doing it 11 a.m., 5 p.m., 11 a.m. for the live, and then the rebroadcast is going to be 5 p.m., and then again 8 p.m. Eastern. So that's our new time schedule here for All Natural Being on IPMNation.com. So thank you. Everyone that voted, everyone that said, oh, let's do it this way. The numbers are up huge. They continue to grow. So we really just want to find that one time frame that works best for everyone. I have to tell you personally, selfishly, I'm kind of digging the 11 a.m. live as opposed to like get up, get my workout in, get all my stuff done. Oh, and today, what a workout. I have to tell you. And again, I guess it's tinged with a bit of an apology. We were going to start streaming our video today, but let me just take this opportunity, as I have in the past, to reach out and say to the manufacturers of some of the gear that I need to do my job. I want to take this opportunity to thank Apple for sending me an absolute piece of crap. I mean, you spend that kind of money on a computer, I don't know, call me old school, call me silly, it at least ought to turn on. I mean, I'm not a bad guy. Well, you did a great job taking up all the extra space and did a great job of accepting all the power plugs and everything else. But good golly, if you're going to send me a computer, how about letting the damn thing be programmed to actually start up, to actually work like a computer? That's all I'm asking. I don't think it's a big deal. So, my apologies yet again. We only waited 2 weeks to get the computer. Yeah. So when it gets here, I'm going to have a little sticker that I'm going to put just to the left of the apple. It's going to be called crab apple. That's my new, because you're not supposed to eat crab apples. I don't think they're good for you. I don't know that, but so let me just once again, as I think I've taken in the past, the opportunity to thank Verizon for their commitment to customer service and excellence. Let me thank Apple for sending me a boat anchor. And it's probably not even any good as a boat anchor, to be honest with you. As a matter of fact, if I dropped it in the water, it would probably fire up. So we will not be doing video this week because I cannot wait to be done with the show. In the Every Life a Little Rain Must Fall. But let's not go down that, because then I'd have to tell you about the basement flooding. Or so how'd you spend your weekend? Well, the air conditioner blew up as well. So I'm having you ever have one of those weekends? And just say, oh, Bry, it's a good thing it wasn't 90 with 100% humidity. Hey, let me just say, so if you're into clearing up the pores on your skin, or maybe you're thinking, oh, you know what, I could use some help with my complexion, get through a weekend in the house when it's 90 degrees and 100%, 93 on Saturday, 100% humidity, and no air conditioning. And people say all the time, what's it going to be like if we have to go back to living off the grid? This weekend was great practice. No computer, no air conditioner. I live in a leaky boat. Apparently the basement. The basement is flooding. So what are you going to do? All you can do is go channel your inner Kevin Bacon from Animal House. Thank you, sir. May I have another? You ever have situations like that where it seems that no matter where you turn, it's like, you have got to be kidding me. Something else is derailed this weekend. So all you could do is smile and say, yeah, I got you. Nothing in the grand schemes of things seems to be going right. Except for the fact that I woke up each weekend, except for the fact that I get to hang out with you this week. All that fun stuff. Yeah. So life is great. Into every life, a little rain, or as it happened yesterday, like 7 inches in a few hours. Into every life, a little rain must fall. So accept my apologies again. I should have used a company other than Verizon, and I should have purchased computers way back when other than Apple. I mean, all you have to do is get a computer that it will turn itself on. Maybe I won't call it crab apple. Maybe apple sauce. Maybe I'll just get a little sticker to the right of the apple that says apple sauce. Maybe that would be better. So thank you, Apple, for all the Apple people listening, whatever country, whatever part of the world you're in. Thank you for sending me a bucket full of bolts. So, but other than that, everything else is going great this weekend. Thankful to still be here. Thankful to be alive. Thankful for being able to spend another day in the labyrinth. How about you? 331-684-7685. 331-684-SOUL. See, I'm getting better at it. 331-684-SOUL. Not the soles of your feet. SOUL. Send me a text. Let me know what you're thinking. Oh, over on Facebook. I guess I could go over there now. Yeah. I'm learning, because I had hoped of loading everything over onto my new Apple cutting board. Let's do this. Let's, throughout the show, let's just come with ways where you could use your new state-of-the-art Apple computer. Some other terms. So if it doesn't power up, you could use it as a toboggan, maybe. In the wintertime, it's a little heavy to use as an umbrella. Can't write on it. The screen's dark, so it's not like you could. Oh, I guess if you had a place where you put Post-it notes, you get those little Post-it notes and put it up on there. That would work good. You could serve hors d'oeuvres on it. Perhaps that would work. Seems like an expensive platter, but I guess we could do that as well. So that's just great. And as I'm sitting here doing the show, it's just sitting right there staring at me, taunting me. Ever have one of those things where it's just like, okay, that's it. Put it out of your mind. This is perfect. My own, right? Take some of my own medicine. Best acronym. Breathe in, exhale, scan the horizon, toss this piece of crap apple out the window. See? Now you can use the T. Just fill in the T's any way you like. All right, let's get to it. We are talking today about the untold story of you. The cosmic poetry that Jason Silva calls it. The cosmic poetry that is you. Because you are the great, 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 great grandchild of the divine. And you know what comes with it? You were born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Yes, you were. All your natural resources. Oh, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. Oh, yeah, you were. All your natural resources. Your all natural resilience. Your all natural intellect. Your all natural, dare I say, brilliance. Your all natural stamina. That's what I love about watching the Olympics. It's keeping me up a little late, I got to tell you. I love watching the Olympics because you get to see human beings that are doing what? One thing. What are they doing? You're absolutely right. They're channeling their all-natural being. That's what they're up to. How cool is that? So for me, I'm just enthralled with everything going on in the Olympics. And as far as the show goes, I really like it because it reminds me of you. Not the watered-down version of you, the real you, the true you, the authentic you, the untold story that is you. Because those capabilities... Now, I saw something where it said Michael Phelps, his wingspan is longer than he is tall. He wears, I don't know, I think they said a size 14 shoe. His feet twirl around at the ankles like propellers. There was all kinds of genetic things. Right? Yeah, his feet just actually spin around at the ankles like just motors through the water. Right? All the genetic what's our good friend's name? Usain Bolt takes 41 strides where everyone else has to take 44 because he's like 7 feet 11 inches tall, whatever he is. So yes, there are some genetic things that make us different. But what I dig about you, what I love about you, is that your unique genetic combination, we've talked before about get to pull the sword, the Arthurian legend. You're the one that gets to pull the sword of your destiny out of the stone of your own labyrinth. What's cool is your unique genetic makeup is here to do one thing and win 24 gold medals, so to speak. So it doesn't matter that you say, oh, well, I don't think I could ever, win all those swimming matches. I don't think I could ever win all those volleyball matches, win all those track matches, win all those gymnastic matches. But what I dig about you, what I'm impressed most with when it comes to you, is your unique genetic combination is here to do something. And once you reconnect to what that something is, you're a rock star. Doesn't matter. Unless, of course, apparently you're a technician that built my computer at Apple. Then the rock star status is a little on hold from right now. But the untold story of you is the story of your destiny, plus all the natural resources that come hardwired in you, that come encoded in you. And most certainly your ability to learn, to think on your feet, to be resilient, just in terms of stamina, your peripheral vision, all those things. Now, it's fair to say, oh, well, I haven't, in a long time, I haven't tapped into those things. I get that. But that doesn't mean it's dead. It just simply means that those parts of you are dormant. So what's it going to take? What's it going to take for you to reconnect, to revive, and reintroduce your natural resources to the world around you? And it's a very exciting time to be alive. It's a very exciting time for me because I get to be your tag team partner. I get to be your co-pilot. I get to ride shotgun. So that when you reconnect, revive, and release your all-natural being, I'm going to be right there when it happens, so to speak. in this moment, we decide bright or blight, bold or bolt. It's up to you to decide. And I'm telling you, you look at our future, the people that channel their all-natural being, the people that bring it, that bring their A game to life, that go inside, that have the strength to get their grit out, those are the ones that are going to rule the world. Plain and simple. All right, quick break. We'll be right back.
IPMNation.com.
IPMNation.com. I want a special thank you to Matt and Jen, everything they do to keep the show up and going. Week in and week out. This is like our 92nd or 93rd episode. I forgot to check. But as I've said in the open before, I'm fired up to be spending it here with you. Because I'm all over your confidence making a comeback. I'm all over you having a new lease on life. And it begins when we start to pare away our blind spots. We start to pare away our amnesia. I had a chance to go to an event over the weekend. And there's all kinds of printed materials at this particular event. It was a spiritual event. There's all kinds of materials that talk about the path back to the divine, however you define it. The path back to the original source. The path back to God. The path back to a Holy Spirit or the Higgs field. Holy Spirit or WHOLLY Spirit. It all boils down to how you and I, the names that we give to it, the way we label it, yes? The way we do it. All boils down to that. So for me, sitting there, listening to the folks speak, and then reading through the pamphlet, I was struck by two things. And this is, I should have put this out as a disclaimer. You know what I mean? Because it's just, you go on the internet or you go on Facebook, you go on Twitter, and you say stuff like I'm about to say, and people just bail, which is good, right? I'm very thankful that our numbers are still climbing pretty good, even though some folks are leaving us. As I say all the time, this show is a pretty good chance this show isn't for you. If you're a cognitive couch potato, if you're good, living in the herd mind, the hive mind, this show isn't going to be for you. No apologies. Have a good gig. Have a nice life. Godspeed, whatever you want to call it. But here's what I was kind of taken aback by. Throughout all the printed material, throughout all the speeches, here's the way back to the divine. And then they open it up and says, anyone have any questions, anything they want to share? And as you can imagine, it was almost impossible for me, but I sat on my hands, so I pulled it off. I didn't say anything at all, right? You don't want to get invited to the party and then complain about, the hors d'oeuvres. Complain about the munchies. Pop was flat, whatever it is. You don't want to complain about that. You just want to go, hey, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for the riff. But here's the thing. All of these things, the steps to a higher consciousness. Right? Here's the path back to God, the path back to the divine, however you define it, implies that you left it in the first place. Am I supposed to have a path back to your lower intestine? Should we develop a path back to your right eardrum? No, of course we wouldn't. You never left. Path back to the divine is just absurd. You never left. It's in you. You are that spark. So what is there to get back to? There's no getting back. No carrot at the end of the stick. It's simply to be capable of remembering who you already are. No more blind spots. No more thoughts that keep you estranged. We talk all the time about it. The ego. Is estrangement gone overboard? Well, no more estrangement from who you are in your heart. At the very beginning of the girth of your spine. The marrow of your mind. You never left. So everyone wants to offer, oh, here's the 10 keys to higher consciousness. You don't need a higher consciousness. You already have a higher consciousness. We're just opting not to use it. It's dormant, but it's not missing from us. So all these people, oh, wouldn't it be great if only you could get back? Get back to where? If it were me, I'd keep spinning around in circles like I'm trying to. Oh, that's funny. I was going to say, pin the tail on the donkey. Oh, don't worry. I've been called a jackass before. So, right, like spinning around in circles. You got to get here. No, I'm already here. I'm already where I need to be. What do you want from me? It's already in us. There's nothing to get back to. There's no consciousness to be higher. At your core, you have mindfulness already. Just a lot of bat crap crazy running around in your mind, running around in your life that keeps you from seeing it. Three 684-7685. Yes, I would love to take phone calls if my crabapple computer would work. Wouldn't it be great if we could start this hashtag crabapple? Someone's had to have done that, crabapple computer. So sorry I can't take your calls yet, but we'll be taking them very shortly once we get the computers up and running. Also, 331-684-7685, 331-684-SOUL, SOUL. Send me a quick text. Let me know. Hey, you ever have an Apple computer crap out on you? Which brings me back to our point. You ever have your own computer? The inside of you fail to start up? Looks good on the outside. Looks like it should do its job. Shiny. I'm assuming great resolution. But for whatever reason, your computer doesn't fire up. You don't fire up. You look good on the outside. All the ornament. All the fabrication, all the facade, all the veneer, all the stain, the varnish, the paint over the natural grain that is you. So for me, later today, when I'm done with the show, I'll take my boat anchor back to Apple. And you know how this is going to play out? They're going to go, oh, I'm sorry, sir, you'll have to have a Genius Bar appointment. Tune in tomorrow. I'll let you know how that goes. So I'll take this computer back to Apple. And eventually I'll get one that turns on. How about you? What's it going to take to turn you on? What's it going to take to get you to accept your new lease on life? To take all the blight and turn it into bright. To take all the bolting, all the running, and turn it into your natural boldness. It already sits inside of you. What's it going to take for that to happen? Which is why I asked about the untold story of you. Are you curious about who you really are? Intrigued, as I think you should be? Are you dying to know? Well, yes, you are dying. You will know eventually. So are you dying to know? Every pun intended, right? Wink, wink, nod, nod. Let's not wait to die to know. Let's know right now that you are that metahuman. You are that superhuman. That all-natural being sits within you. That unique combination of everything that is you. Everything. How are you going to use it? Because that's the pulling of the sword, the mythological pulling of the sword from the stone. That's the wrestling with the angel. Jacob and his pillow of stones wrestles with the angel. That's the wrestling with the angel. That's the new lease on life. What's it going to take for you to be you, for you to bring your own bold? Because we are waiting. All of us. We're all waiting. Those that move in and around in your labyrinth, trust me, we're all waiting for you to channel your all-natural being. Because then when we have the opportunity, the blessing of interacting with you, we're going to be doing it at the same level. We're all kindred in this. And if we're not, then you're not going to hang out for this show. This show or the TV version or anything else that we have coming over the next couple of weeks. You're not going to stick around for this. This isn't going to appeal to you, which is great. This show is for a minority. I call it elite mindfulness for a reason. It's not for everyone. It isn't. It's an exclusive group, all natural being, those people that decide to channel their inner Olympian in whatever sport, in whatever endeavor, in whatever passion, in whatever destiny they were sent here to display. Small group of people that'll take that challenge. Small group. A minority. It's not going to be for everyone. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then I got some great stories from around the web that I want to get to. We'll be right back.
You're listening to All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy. How much longer will you let them hijack your head and your heart?
How much longer will you let them hijack your head and your heart? All right, I want to start with this one. You know, you hear about Lucky Charms. Not the cereal, but the Lucky Charms that are like you have a pair of, maybe you have a lucky baseball cap, a pair of lucky socks, a lucky bracelet, a lucky shirt. Oh, maybe some boxers, maybe some underwear of some sort. There's a new report out written by Olivia Goldhill over at Quartz that talks about now believing in magic, the psychology of superstition. So, you know, I'm going to be intrigued by that as soon as I heard it. Like, wow, the psychology of superstition, that's amazing. She says in the article, as well as helping soothe anxieties, rituals can also give athletes an illusion of control. But here's what you and I know in terms of our all-natural being. When we say, hey, I have a lucky charm. I have that thing. You're like hockey players that would grow their beards long or, you know, any of these other things, these superstitions. All it really says is that psychologically, we think we have a safety net. We think we have the ability to pull it off because we have X. So let me ask you, what if you are your own lucky charm? I'm not going to argue over whether lucky charms work. I can't help but thinking about that little, the little leprechaun taking around Lucky Charms. Magically delicious, for those of you that remember the commercial. But what if you were your own lucky charm? What if you were your own little widget that you carry with you, a pair of lucky socks? What if you could believe in the magic that is you? What if it isn't superstition? What if it's simply you recalling who you ultimately are and you go, nope, there's my co-pilot, there's my shotgun, there's my co-captain, there's my partner. It's my all-natural being. And with that connection, I can pull off anything. Now, wouldn't that be a cool lucky charm? Wouldn't that be something to where you go, wherever I am, always got it with me. Didn't leave it in the top sock drawer. Don't have to worry about whether I shave or not. Don't have to worry about where I'm wearing it around my neck. What if you are your own lucky charm? And if we're going to believe in magic, how about the magic that is you already, encoded within you? Why couldn't it be? Why couldn't your belief in you have a direct effect on your performance? I would dare say that it does. Your current belief, if you're unhappy, unsuccessful, unfulfilled, feel unloved, all the rest of this, it's absolutely a direct effect based on how you think about yourself, how you feel. What if there was a magic that sits within you that never leaves you? And if you could rekindle a relationship with that magic, you don't have to find it. We're not going to transform. We're just going to restore. We're not going to compose. It's just tapping into the natural composition that already sits in our heart, that already sits in our head, the marrow of our minds. So this report, but the powerful effect of superstition. Believing that if you do A, B will happen. Well, how about if you reconnect to your all-natural being? How great would it be to have that charm with you all the time? Never leaves you. Title of the article, it says, fingers crossed, athletes who wear Lucky Socks aren't wrong. Psychologists say superstitions yield real advantages. Real advantages. All I'm suggesting is that the real advantage, that thing that you gain when you hack your own brain, is the understanding that you are that real advantage. You are that ultimate advantage. You are your own lucky charm. And never let anyone talk you out of it. So as we bring that to our daily life, what would you do right now if you had the world's luckiest charm, luckiest widget, luckiest pair of socks? What would you do? How would you act? What would you say? What would you pull off? Maybe write it down. Maybe pull out your journal. Maybe do a 20-second victory. Breathe in, exhale, scan the horizon. Then take action. What would you do? I also tell you that as you promise yourself, you say, I'm going to keep working on identifying that real advantage that sits within me. I promise the more you do it, the easier it's going to be to tap into at every turn, because it is you. We take our awareness and turn it away from it. We've fallen for the beliefs of everyone else. We've fallen for the beliefs of people that don't habitually tap into their all-natural being. And then we go, misery loves company. I'll just jump in there. But the new lease on life begins. You get your confidence back the moment you say, no, I'm my own lucky charm. That way no one can take it from you. It's always there. All you have to do is embrace it. All right, we'll be right back.
You're listening to All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy. Because it's never too late to take your life back.
There you go. It's never too late to take your life back. A couple of articles that I saw today that I wanted to share in the second half hour. I think we talked about this one briefly last week. But from Science Daily, University of Wisconsin at Madison, backup plans may keep you from achieving your goal. A little thumbnail, quote, when it comes to setting organization or personal goals, making a backup plan has been seen as a sensible way to deal with uncertainty, to prepare, just in case things don't go as expected. However, new research from the Wisconsin School of Business, the University of Wisconsin-Madison, challenges that conventional wisdom and finds that merely thinking through a backup plan can reduce goal performance and actually hurt. This is a quote. Not only reduce goal performance, but actually hurt the chances of successfully achieving your goal. So if I haven't been able to talk you out of goal setting yet, especially if you're going to say, well, goal, I just need a little, I need a little bridge into the uncertainty of the future. According to the study, Jai Shin, assistant professor of management and human resources at the school, together with Catherine Milkman of the Wharton School, the University of Pennsylvania, conducted a series of experiments that showed making a backup plan can cause people not to work as hard and to be less successful at attaining their primary goal. Well, for you, me, all natural being in the labyrinth, backup schmack up. We don't have a backup plan. Every plan is a backup plan. Every moment. Well, there you go. Let's take a left, a right, an up, a down, a pivot, a swerve, whatever we want in the labyrinth. No dead ends, only cul-de-sacs. When you have the courage for around the corner, you don't need a backup plan. You're not going to fail. You got nothing to fail at. You're going to take whatever fate throws at you in this particular moment in all of time and go, bring it. As much as I would have liked to have been video today. Well, Apple, not going to derail me. A leaky basement. Maybe I'll take up water polo. Who knows? No air conditioning. Oh, I could stand to sweat out a couple pounds. Who are we kidding? Right? Not going to derail me. I'm still here. The opposite of this could have been a computer that worked, an air conditioner that worked, a dry basement, and I'd have been dead when I woke up this morning. I'd have woke up in another time zone. Literally. So the two good researchers set out to test the idea with a series of laboratory experiments. Participants were given a sentence unscrambling task and told if they showed high performance on the task, they'd be given a free snack. I'm in. Wait, well, I would like a free snack. And a chance to leave the study early. Ooh, a hall pass plus a free snack? I'm in. Now, other groups, quote, were then instructed to come up with other ways they could get free food on campus or save time later in the day, i.e., a rodeo clown in case you fall off, the bull comes after you. Those in the group making backup plans showed lower performance on the task. And a follow-up experiment revealed a key factor driving this effect was a diminished desire for goal success. I got a fallback plan. I don't have to waste my time achieving this drooling, vapid goal. I got a backup plan. I'm out of here. I'll hit a Wendy's on the way out. As far as saving time, what are you going to do? While there are important benefits of making a backup plan, the article goes on, such as reducing perceived uncertainty, you can't reduce perceived uncertainty. Everything about life is uncertainty. So you, me, those of us who are going to succeed in the future, those of us attach our all-natural being, we love it. What did we say? I think it was Mandy Hale called it beautiful uncertainty. We don't want to reduce beautiful uncertainty. The article goes on to say, well, if you could reduce uncertainty, you can make people feel more comfortable about the future. You can't feel comfortable about the future because there is no future. There is this moment in all of time. If you're a badass now, let me tell you, what are you going to be a couple seconds from now? A badass. You're a wimp now? Let me tell you what you're going to be a couple seconds from now. A wimp. That's all I'm saying. It's in this moment in all of time when you channel your all-natural being. That's what makes you who you are, because it is who you are. The researchers suggest that understanding these costs can be important, especially in those cases where goals can be achieved through effort. In instances where they can be achieved by luck or innate skill, on the other hand, making a backup plan is not expected to reduce. So if you believe in yourself, and you believe in your ability to channel your all-natural being, quote Beethoven, to grab fate by the throat. When you believe in that ability, backup plans, they don't work. A little further down the spectrum, they actually cut into your ability to pull off what you're doing. Article ends by saying, quote, the researchers suggest that while they find potential cost of making a backup plan, it does not mean that people concerned about the future should go through life without having them. It says here, which is fascinating to me, this article says that they could explore ways to mitigate these costs. So they want a backup plan to their backup plan. They want a backup plan to the backup plan. Shin says, quote, you might want to wait until you have done everything you can to achieve your primary goal first. Even in the final sentence, well, let's have a backup plan, like an airplane at O'Hare when the computers go down, circling. So according to the researcher, let's have a backup plan, circling, until we achieve our primary goal. Or we could ignore you guys and go, hey, We're going to bring our all-natural being in this moment, in the labyrinth, no backup plan, because I'm going to pull this moment off. What is the backup plan? Circling or not, you and I don't need one. People who channel their inner metahuman, their inner superhuman. You don't need a backup plan for this particular moment in all of time. Especially when you believe in yourself and you believe in your ability, your innate ability, your all-natural ability, your inborn ability to use the unique genetic makeup that is you. Pluses and minuses, the good and the bad, the blight and the bright, all of it. Those things that live in the sunlight, those things that live in the shadows, the whole package, the whole lovely package that is you. When you channel that unique all-natural being, when you have that belief in yourself, you don't need a backup plan. Back up, schmack up. You don't need a backup plan. I think backup plans, we talked about it on Friday, could very well be another example of learned helplessness that we talked about. That quote, what would you do if you knew you could not fail? What would you do? No backup plan. Why hedge the bet against yourself? Why? If you believe in what you're doing, and you believe in who you are, and you believe in why you're here, no backup plan, no safety net, no riding like a rodeo clown. Radio clown. No, that's me. No riding like a rodeo clown. All right, 331-684-7685, 331-684-SOUL. Take a quick break. We'll be right back.
No self-help industry tactics here. You're listening to The Real Deal. Brian Brawdy with All Natural Being on IPM Nation.
IPM Nation. Self-help industry tactics. You work out the math of the acronym. I'm trying to keep a clean rating over on iTunes. Hey, if you haven't had a chance to head on over to iTunes yet, check us out over there. Or you can get the rebroadcast, as we've talked about, to kick off our show. Be able to get the rebroadcast at 5 p.m. for the drive home. So let's just say it's not 11 a.m. Let's just say it's 5 p.m. or maybe even 8 p.m. quickly. We'll just move a little bit of time traveling. Move ahead into the end of the day. You're driving home from work. You're just done with dinner. You're hanging out. How'd it go? Channel your all-natural being. Tell your critics, get out, leave them alongside of the road, put them in the rearview mirror, throw some gravel as you're leaving. What are some examples of the way you used your all-natural being today? Some of your skills, some of your weaknesses. You know, that's the beauty. People talk about, what do you love most about martial arts? Well, in martial arts, you don't always focus on what you're good at. You got to focus on your weaknesses too. Weaknesses are good. People say, that's a weakness of mine. I avoid it. Weaknesses are fantastic. Gives you a chance to tap into more of your all-natural being. So what was an example today where you weren't afraid to use a weakness? You used a weakness and it worked out. And then you were also courageous enough to use some all-natural being, some of your natural resources, some of your grit, your resilience, your flexibility, your stamina, your brilliance. Whether you're listening at 11 a.m. live or it's 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock Eastern and you're listening now, or 8 p.m. a little later, 8:43 Eastern and you're listening, what could you do to pat yourself on the back? How did things go right today within you? What could you do driving home or kicking back on the couch before you get ready to brush your teeth and hit the sack? What could you do to be your own best friend for the next 20 minutes? Because ultimately, that's our goal, to remember who we are. You know, I saw a post yesterday from, I think, I say this all the time and I don't want to get in trouble, but from a person in the self-help industry that should know better. It says, it didn't want, the reframe was that I am not an A or a B or a C, but you're to say, I am. And that's been really popular lately. I am everywhere. I am. Until you get to that stage where you realize that the I am, the estrangement gone overboard, the ego that keeps saying I. When you realize that that is superseded by the term it is. It is. You and the labyrinth are one. Where does this I come in? I. It is. You are a part of the dance. You are the steps that the dance uses to move. You are the energy that the universe employs to move through you. The divine, however you define it. So next time one of your spiritual gurus says, oh, it's not about I am a this or I am a that. It's just I am. No, it isn't. Oh, unless, of course, you're referring to more snake oil. It is. The web of life, the field, the record, whatever you want to call it. The underlying connection that is all of us. We are a collapse of the wave function, but we are still the wave. So it's not I am. It is. Which leads me back to this weekend. 50 times in the hour I would hear, and from some, they were lovely people that I met, great people, smart people, successful people. Unsuccessful people, I imagine, too. Everybody in the group. They said the key to it all is love. And I thought, as I do often when it comes time to talk about love, well, what if you've reached a stage in your life where you're not really sure you know what love means? You think of the Beatles song, All You Need Is Love. Love makes the world go round, all these other things. It's not true. And this is when I get in trouble. This is the disclaimer. People go, well, it absolutely is true, Brian. Love makes the world go round. I know that. I've been singing it since I was a little kid. Yeah. You've also been singing, Here Comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down the bunny trail. Hippity hoppity, Easter's on its way. Good for you. Gratitude. The sense of thankfulness. The sense of embracing it is what makes the world go round. A sense of thankfulness. Now, if that's a little too metaphysical, a little too spiritual, a sense of thankfulness if someone gets the door for you, a sense for thankfulness if someone lets you go first in the intersection, a thanks. I forgot to tell you, a sense of thankfulness. I had made mention, I think it was last week, about the peach bandits, right? The furry peach felons. Well, last night there was a knock at a door. Unfortunately, I wasn't here, but Ashley took it for us. And she brought us a nice little bag of peaches, just as a thank you for highlighting, the fruit crooks that I talked about. Just that, a sense of gratitude. Gratitude makes the world go round. So if you're not certain you've ever really experienced true love, who knows? Maybe we have, maybe we haven't. We haven't experienced true love. We can absolutely say we've experienced true reverence, true gratitude, true thankfulness. It's not about I am. And the people saying that it is should know better. They do know better. It is. Thank you for the text. I just got a text. I hear a lot, it's all about love versus fear. Well, let's look at that for a second. What is fear? Fear is taking the it is and being afraid that it won't turn out to be what I am, what I want, my list of things that I have to have. But real gratitude a real thankfulness for the moment, there can be no fear. Because fear is about expectation, not excavation. Fear is always about expectation. That the I is not going to get what it wants, what it thinks it needs. Not going to get that. So when it comes to gratitude, there can be no fear. Now, if you say it's all about love versus fear, well, if you're in love, then you know you're not fearful that that target of your love will ever leave you, or for somehow you'll be void of that feeling. With gratitude, plus or minus, up or down, left or right, thy will be done, however you define the divine, It's saying in this moment, thank you. Yes. It's about saying yes. No preconceived notions, no baggage, no fear. It's about saying yes. This is it. Now, fate will say, oh, well, you better be afraid, better be fearful. All that could go away. Not when you say yes to whatever arrives. In this particular moment, in all of time. So I guess you could say gratitude is true loving of the moment. I guess you could say then that love is the same thing as being thankful. You wouldn't change anything about it. But the basis underlying all of that is the gratitude for having been put here in the first place. The gratitude for still being here in this moment, in all of time. Gratitude makes the world go round. Gratitude is the spring that charisma bubbles out of. Gratitude. So what? A computer didn't work. The basement's flooded. The air conditioning doesn't work. I'm still alive. Right? And can I just say this? And again, crazy alert. Wah, 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 wah. Who knows who I'm going to bump into? What situation? What lesson I'll learn taking this piece of crap Apple back to the store later today? Who knows what'll happen having to deal? Maybe it's great to be without air conditioning this week, because if sometimes in the future it's 130 degrees of air conditioning, I go, wow, we beat 95. What's a few more degrees? Right? I can't tell. I'm not smart enough. It's above my pay grade to say, well, I am, and damn it, I wanted a computer that worked, and I wanted freaking air conditioning this weekend, and I wanted a basement that wasn't 6 inches underwater. Well, who the hell am I? So let fate play with all of its mashugana. Fate, keep bringing your bat crat crazy. I don't care. Because when you can be thankful in this moment and you go, whatever you bring, I'm going to handle. I'm going to bring my own bold. That's the untold story of you. That grit, that determination, that resilience. I'll get a new computer. I'll get a dry basement. I'll get the air conditioning kicked on. You know, here in the state of Illinois, as soon as summer's over, it's like winter. So my luck, the air conditioning will get fixed and it'll be 20 below zero the next day. Then we'll have an ice rink in the basement if it turns to be 20 below zero tomorrow. Come on over to my place. Text me. I'll give you the address. We can slap on some skates and we'll pick up have a couple pickup games of hockey in my basement. I would just watch out for the poles. I can't move those. I would watch out. But that's what happens. So you throw yourself in the labyrinth. I don't have to love the fact that Apple went through all the trouble of sending me a computer that doesn't work. I don't have to love it, but I'm grateful for the experience. I'm grateful that I'm still here, because I could have gotten up this morning dead, an apparition of me, a ghost of me, the other side of me. Could have walked in and go, that sucks. Hey, guess what? Brian, the computer doesn't work. But guess what? You're not alive anymore, so what do you care? Right? I'm at least still here. Nothing to fear. It's gratitude for whatever unfolds, for whatever fate attempts. It's gratitude to be able to say yes in this moment. Again, thy will be done. The Tao follows its own path. Come forth into the light of things, to quote Wordsworth, and let nature be your teacher. It is what it is, not I am. From Joel to all of them, all of the different people. I am. It is. And when you and I embrace that, we've already connected with our all-natural being. As we say all the time, when we tunnel in, it's tunneling out. But we're already channeling our all-natural being. When we can look at whatever fate throws at us, is it always easy? No, we don't want it to be easy. Is it always smooth? No. Can we handle it? Absolutely. Can we stand there, square our shoulders, and go, the hell with you, bring it? Absolutely. Because on the other side of that, the gratitude for either God or gravity, that gratitude makes you an all-natural being. 331-684-7685, 331-684-SOUL. We're getting ready to get out of here. But thank you again for all the texts this morning. I'm with you. I am. Affirmations make me crazy. They should make you crazy because they're more and more snake oil. Everyone says, oh, well, we have to have meditation so that we can get rid of, the ego. I just need to return to the all-natural awareness, blah, 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 blah. And then they come up with I am. Well, what's the source of the I? The ego, right? More self-help industry tactics. And some of the people, some of the books, some of the bestsellers, they damn well should know better. They damn well should know better. And if they don't like it, then come on the show and debate me. Untuck your tail from between your legs and come on the show and debate me. When you gratefully, thankfully, smiling like you mean it, when you say yes, when you say it is, you leave behind all the minions. I am. You leave them in the dust. Because that's what courage is. That's what confidence is. That's what gratitude is. And that's at your core. That's who you are. That's the untold story of you. That when you stand in the face of the fate and go straight to blazes. Whatever you want. I'm here. I'm going to make it work no matter what. Because it is. All the people ready to say, I am, you're leaving them all in the cheap seats. It is. No path back to what you already are. No steps to get to where you already are. No higher levels of consciousness to achieve. It's all bullshit. Hey, I get carried away. There goes my iTunes rating, probably. Okay, so I have to figure out what rating I'll be moved to now that I just lost my clean one. And so it is. Thank you for the text. And so it is. I can't think of a better way to end the show. And so it is. Thy will be done. The Tao follows its own path. Let nature be your teacher. It is. Leave the herd to be running around saying, I am. Leave the hive mind. You and I got bigger fish to fry. It is. Say it with a smile on your face. Square your shoulders. And that's when the thrill, the magic, that's when the lucky charm that is you, the reflection of yourself in your own mirror, that's the lucky charm. And when you do that, that's pulling the sword from the stone. That's running the labyrinth like you mean it. All right. Excited to be with you as always. Thank you for everyone that texted in. Let me know. I'll be packing up my Apple, so if you live anywhere near me, you want to ride over to Naperville, stop on by, see how I handle the good folks behind the Genius Bar at Apple. Oh, you want to impress me? Make my computer turn on. All right, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Don't forget, tonight, 5 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern as well, the rebroadcast of All Natural Being here on IPM Nation. Thank you so very much for kicking off your Monday with me, giving me an hour to be your tag team partner, your co-pilot, your shotgun. Super appreciate it. Love you guys. All right, I'm out of here.
listening to All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy.
Join us live every Monday through Friday, 7 to 8 a.m. Eastern.
Also, check us out around the clock at allnaturalbeing.com.
Until then, always remember to bring your own bold.
Always remember to bring your own bold. The untold story of you. Believe me, we're all waiting on it. Have a fantastic day.
IPMNation.com.